You are now listening to Serious Minds RNTV with your host, Professor Griff. The call-in number is 516-654-7688. That's 516-654-7688. This is Professor Griff, and this is Serious Minds RNTV. Serious Minds for Serious Minds. Seriously. The Serious Minds Brain Tonic was created to sharpen the mind by protecting cells and increasing neurotransmitters associated with learning and memory. This is the Serious Minds Brain Tonic. The Resurrection Formula. This male reproductive tonic elixir is the resurrection you've been looking for. It is a stimulating sexual tonic with mild androgen-like effects that is nourishing to the reproductive system. You can order them at www.professorgriff.me and www.seriousmindsinstitute.com. Just call 678-557-2919. Your health is your wealth. Peace.
Peace, fam. What's good? What's good? What's good? Greetings, everyone. All right. Did y'all forget today's Melanin Monday Madness Medicine? And yeah, we're supposed to be on here putting it down with the melanin. All right. Peace. What's good to everybody on IG? What's good? What's good? What's good? Hope everyone is doing absolutely fine on this unholy day. You said, damn, why you call it unholy? I don't know. It's just, just kind of like not holy. We'll talk about that in a minute though, fam. All right, how's everyone doing? Hope everyone is doing all right. Can y'all hear me clearly? Like really clear, like clear. Quan, what's good? I didn't even know you was gonna be on, man. All right. Shout out to everyone catching everybody off guard on this unholy day. We do this Melanin Mondays any old way. Melanin Monday madness. And we're making this thing happen. We're gonna dive right into this particular subject, fam. We need not even gonna waste time with it. All right. This performance enhancing drugs versus natural herbs. All right, just to let everyone know before I come on that, as promised, we did pour on the first, and I started shipping out. I think I have like 20 bottles, 17, 15 now, and probably about 30 something bottles of this left. Resurrection Formula, Serious Minds Brain Tonic. If you've ordered it, Quan, back me up on this. Whoever ordered it, please send me a text message to night 678-557-2919. I will look up your order and get it out to you first thing in the morning. Serious Minds Brain Tonic and the Resurrection Formula are now on deck. Listen, y'all know I'm gonna run out, so don't hit me up and say, yo, should I order it now? No, order it now. All right, www.professorgriff.me. Order it right now so you can get yours. All right. Right now, another batch is being brewed, but get it now. I'm working on the third product, which is going to be the Resurrection Plus. All right, for the brothers, really for the sisters, via the brothers, but y'all get it. All right, let's dive into this subject with my guests, Aisha Ra and L and Dr. Hernandez, G Hernandez, Mr. Gabriel himself. All right, when he grow his hair back, then we'll call him the Angel Gabriel or whatever. But right now, just trying to make it happen. Hold on for a second. Peace.
Peace and love, Griff. How you doing?
All right, maintaining. I don't have my normal usual. Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I don't have my normal look because I don't know what happened to my camera. It's like not even functioning. I've been trying to get it to function so I can have a decent look so I don't come in looking all fuzzy. Hold on.
Same here. That's what I'm doing now, working on the lighting. All is well.
Something's going on in the universe.
Oh, yeah, all the time.
Yeah, you all the time. I don't know what's popping off. But anyway, we just got to rock with what we have. Anyway,
right.
So performance enhancing drugs versus natural herbs.
That's right. Subject for the night. It's been a big topic going on.
All right, so introduce yourself, give the disclaimer, let people know how they can contact you. Let's dive into this.
Yes, indeed. Okay, so I am Aisha Ra. I am an herbal pharmacist and an entrepreneur. Dr. G Hernandez will be here shortly. We own a herb shop and apothecary in Atlanta, Georgia. We also have, of course, it's our brick and mortar, and we also are online as well. So if you need to place any orders, we are smypharmacy.com, and we're located in Atlanta. Oh, also a disclaimer, tonight we will not be, I would say we do not treat the information that you hear tonight. We do not treat, diagnose, cure anything that we are talking about. We're just making suggestions, and this is all for entertainment purposes. So don't tell them we treat you. We help you with your imbalances to bring you back to optimum health. That's what we all working on.
Right. In essence, just making sure everybody's balanced and centered. And I think that's the most important thing right now. All right. So when you say performance enhancing drugs, this has nothing to do with Shakira Richardson smoking the weed, getting tested, having, they're putting on punishment and all this other kind of stuff that they wouldn't do to white athletes, but they do it to the sister. We'll talk about that tomorrow. But right now, tonight, performance enhancing drugs. When you say performance, what kind of performance?
Basically, we're saying any performance that you're doing. So even if the big topic is, of course, athlete performance, but even just your daily performance, how are you actually maintaining, just performance? It can be sexual performance. It can just be performance on your daily routine, just, walking, performing like that. But most of all, it's been going on is like athlete performance. But we want to be able to bring you to, of course, we said your optimum health and performing, period. So whatever you have to do, you're performing in it. You can just be I always say athlete. That's what always come to mind when people think of performing enhancement drugs. But also sexual performance enhancement, that's big. That's at your corner store. It's like, hey, let me get that for that. So performing when you're acting out something or you need to perform in an act. So I'm going to say that.
So when you go to the gas station and you try like 2 o'clock in the morning, you got honey girl waiting at the hotel, down to the last B string. I ain't even call it a G string. I didn't even get to G yet. I'm just saying, you down there and you like, let me see, the Arab dude behind the counter, he don't know what you talking about. It's like, yo, let me get the blue ones and the bumblebee ones and what's this one? The ones that look like gold, the other ones that, all them things are toxic.
All of them. And then it'd be like 2 or maybe 4 in a little pack.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, what is it about to do? And they serious. And I'm like, okay, it's an alternate, it's an alternate route to this. And we know because we created it.
Right. All right. So for that dude, at that moment, he might say to me, Griff, herbs don't work. Herbs got to be in your system and it take time to work. I need something to happen right now. You understand what I'm saying? Yo, Griff, I left your bottle at home.
Oh.
You can't even make nothing happen right now. I said, well, yes, you can. Why don't you just call me? I'm not going to help you with that, but I can give you some advice.
That's right.
People say to me, your herbs take time.
Mm-hmm.
I said, well, everything takes time.
That's right.
Oh, girl, don't want you to rush, but I'm just saying, if you're trying to get stimulated right now, then yeah, you might want to look at other things that's going on in your body.
That's correct.
With your help. So can you expound on that?
Yes, we definitely can. So, of course, like you said, look at your health. Everybody always wants something quick, fast, easy. So look at how you daily, you're just walking, you're breathing from, the kitchen. Like we say, the kitchen to your room. How's your breathing there? How's your activities outside? How was your kitchen? How are you, like, you living? What are you actually feeding yourself? If it's fast food, that's, the mindset of they want something quick is why they go into the gas station. Same thing as McDonald's. You got to look at that overall. And what I've been seeing lately is the sisters, getting up. I mean, the brothers too, but the sisters been really getting on it. They coming, they like, hey, I need something for fertility. And I directly say, okay, are you and your partner working on this together, or you want to succeed having a baby by yourself? And they have to look at me and say, well, he not on that. I'm trying to get pregnant. And I have to say, wait a minute. This is, it's a connection. You have to, if you willing to actualize your body or basically optimize your health, your betterment of your health, then you have to look at him too. So from everything that you're thinking, from them, like you said, them blunts you smoking, them beers, to that toxic, something on TV, they sitting around laying down, they lazy. All they know is go to work, come home, sleep. I want some, or, sexual performance. But it's like, it's more to that. So you have to work on your overall health. That's why we call it holistic health. You have to look at every aspect. It's not just, and if you do happen, to get pregnant, most people do, then you're looking at toxicity in your blood, and it's going down to the child. So now you like always say, you act just like your daddy, or you just like, you get what I'm saying? You just like him. And I'm like, oh my goodness, please don't put that on that baby. Even though the energy, how it started from a seed all the way to that child is, an adult. But you can see it. You can see it because I just see it take place on my daily. I hear about it.
Right.
So
right.
Go ahead.
One thing I wanted to add, you said from the seed. Well, it's really from the thought. Because the thoughts go into the sperm, go into the seed. So we have to be mindful of our thoughts. You understand what I'm saying? That's a very real dynamic to what we have to look at. So when you say performance enhancing, anything that you're doing is what you're saying, right?
That's right. Performing at it. Yep, exactly. And you want to exceed, like you have a mission. I'm about to perform this and it's about to be over. Something like that. So you acting out anything that you're doing in performance. That's correct.
So let me throw a curveball. So if I'm just trying to get through the day with backache, with arthritis, with stomach ache all the time, with irritable bowel syndrome, dry eye, can't smell, can't taste, all these kind of things, and they got a pill for everything. Would you agree?
I agree. They got a pill for everything.
Right. So when you say taking all of these things, it may enhance your performance for that 24-hour period, but now what happens? You got to keep taking it?
Some of them, if we're talking about them, heavier drugs like them steroids and them beta blockers, sometimes it's heavy enough to get you through your performance. Just whatever it is, just depend on what type of drug they're using. Most of the time, people like to do it months in advance and try to come off of a certain drug, but then your body is always wanting or earning, like, okay, I did good on this. That's what got me through it. And then they'll think about it and say, okay, I can't go too long without it. And then sometimes it could be addictive, but sometimes with athletes, you need to have it for that type of event or that type of moment, and then you try to come off of it. But it's like you said, it's a real dynamic. But when we're talking about anything performing in the bedroom or sexual enhancement, again, they trying to get to that point and it's over with. They don't care about their mind being messed up. They don't care about none of them chemicals and none of that. They just want to get to the point. And that's what it is. And we're in a rush to do it instead of sitting back and thinking about, like you said, the thought. Okay, where are my thoughts leading me? I'm ready just to do this and get it over with. But it's like, I want to have longevity. I want to do this, again. I don't want to just say I need to be on this type of drug and then get off. Like, if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it holistically. I'm going to go to the herbs. I'm going to go to the plants. I'm going to try to get the best Ayurvedic herbs or nutrition. I'm gonna start working on different parts of my body. I'm going to the 5-element theory. So I'm diving in deep so I can manage how I am. That's why I tell the people I'm always gonna be a cheerleader. People like, oh, you 30 something. I'm always gonna be a cheerleader because I know my body and I know what to sustain my body with. So from going to home birth to, I still tell people I'm an athlete. I can get out there and do it because I know what's required for my body. It's not just for this moment, but I've been doing it for the last 15 years or so. And I'm able to perform because I know.
Right. So with other enhancing, another performance enhancing, would you consider, and I know this is going to sound foolish, silly, but would you consider just people sitting down having the task of getting through a constructive hour-long study? Do they need a drug for that? Do you need, like, for example, I say to myself, as opposed to taking it when I need it, I take it. And then I don't worry about needing it because it's already in my system.
There we go.
We talk about ginseng and other things having to be in the system. So rather than saying, okay, today I'm about to do some top heavy stuff, I got to do a deep dive on this particular subject. Let me do this, or let me do a performance enhancing kind of over the counter thing from Shell or Chevron, Texaco or Quick Trip. Why they call it Quick Trip, because you be tripping real quick, like
everything.
But would it be best to have it in your system already, holistically, or I'm about to do X, Y, and Z, so let me take this?
Now, I can say, both is equal amounts, but if you like the holistic part, you want to always, if you know, see, that's when people got to come to the thought of knowing. If you know, okay, the brain tonic is in your, already in your regimen, you know that. And you know what it's good for. We use that for the children too, the brain tonic. Like, hey, before y'all get to studying, you already know daily. Daily, your brain tonic. Daily is your chlorophyll or your chlorella, your spirulina. Like, you have to come into a place where you already know how your body reacts to it, not just because let me do this real quick. Now, Brahmi tea. So late, I say. Brahmi tea with the concentration and the thinking. You want to enhance your memory. You want to, I wouldn't say always do it, but you want to give yourself, okay, I'm on it for maybe 3 weeks. Every day I'm doing like a cup or two, come off of it for a week. Then I'm back on it. But it's in your system. You know how it's flowing for you. You're not trying to get something real quick. So that's why we need people to think holistically. We know you in a quick movement. We know you want something quick, but think about the longevity you're going to have. You want to be 70, 80 years old in a frame of mind, 90 years young with a good frame of mind, because you already know I've been taking this for this, and you got your holistic cabinet, your pharmacy right in your kitchen. So like you said, something quick you can definitely do. I like the brain tonic. We do, when we try to function with the children, and then some days they do come off of it as well. But they also have a regimen of eating, yoga, qigong in the morning. We're doing laps around the house. So it also helps them mentally, physically, and spiritually. We cultivating it all. So yeah, you can have something like some different teas, some ashwagandha, which is awesome. Peace and love. Yes, exactly. Ashwagandha is wonderful. I love it. I love it. Like, when I got on it, I learned about it from another brother that I know, and his mother was just drinking it for her injury. And she was like, I'm going to continue to drink this tea because not just I want my leg to heal. I want everything. Right. I want everything to be in balance. So, and there's plenty of herbs that we can do. Dr. Hernandez is walking in. I know he's going to have a nice key on what we're saying, but that is something that you can do mostly every day in a capsule form, tea form, tonic. But that brain tonic, y'all, is A1.
No, I mean, I could attest. Not just to mention the fact that it's Mayan Soleil's product. I'm just saying to you, it actually works.
That's right. That's right. And that's what I like about things. It does work.
Right. It does. It works. Like, people just say, well, do you take your own product? Yeah. Yeah, I take my own product, but why wouldn't I? Peace, man. What's good with you, bro?
Peace, family. How you doing?
Trying to be like you, man.
Hey, I'm trying to grow it back. I'm trying to be like you.
But I'm trying to grow like.
Oh,
Yeah.
you trying to- okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
Tell him what you gotta do. Tell him what you gotta do. The massaging of
we
the
can
oil.
chop it up later. We'll figure it out.
See, I can't give away the beard secrets over the mic.
The beard oil. I know that's
That's
right.
right. Yeah.
One of the original S1Ws is on here, Dwayne Kusar. What's up?
Oh, peace,
Dwayne,
peace.
what's good with you, bro?
Peace and love.
All right. But anyway, in any event, so you walked in on a serious conversation. We were talking about performance enhancing drugs. And my next question was, does it have to be a drug? Is there anything out there that's over the counter that is natural?
Oh, for sure.
Mhm.
There's a lot of performance enhancing herbals and different nutrients that provide certain enhancements to the body.
Right.
So, like for instance, you'll see something that's real popular that you'll see a lot of bodybuilders using and athletes is NOS, or nitrous oxide.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And so, when you get it in the formula, if you get in the formula from like it rhymes with PNC, right? If you get it from there, you're getting a low quality,
Right.
and it's gonna possibly have some negative side effects later because it's synthetic and all of that. Just so people know, watermelon is full of L-arginine and citrulline, which are natural
Right.
nitric oxide. I guess what they call them. Forget the term at the moment, but it's basically it creates the nitrous oxide in the body, and that's a vasodilator. So it basically enlarges the vein, the vascular system, and allows more oxygen and more blood to pump through. So if you're actually working those muscles, you'll actually get more oxygen to the cells. So you'll be able to have more endurance. You'll be able to build muscle stronger, faster. So there's a lot of different things that you can do just very simply. There's also, I heard you guys talking about ashwagandha when I walked in.
Yes, but most people won't look for that over the counter. It's got to be, got to be the forethought. Ashwagandha, what is this?
I'm gonna tell you one that's really serious is cordyceps.
Oh, yes.
We have formulas with all that stuff in it too, and the children take the brain tonic as well.
I told them that. Yep.
I heard the brain tonic when I was walking in the door. Yeah, the children take that, when they're studying. And that's very good. But the cordyceps for physical, I should say endurance. So that's one of the. I don't know if you ever noticed during the Olympic Games, you'll notice the in some of the, I forget which it's like 5,000 meters, one of the long distance races. And the Chinese always are like the first 3, 4, or 5 people in that. And they all are taking cordyceps, and there's a pressure point, stomach 36 on the leg, that also does the same thing. And so they've been kind of dominating in a specific endurance. I forget is it 5,000 meters, 10,000 meters? It's a long race.
Yeah.
But they got that endurance. It's usually the Chinese or the Kenyans. They going back and forth with that endurance thing. The Kenyans got a whole nother thing going. Because of their high altitude training. And so they have a different type of lung capacity. And they basically are not producing lactic acid based on how and where they train. But the cordyceps give you extreme endurance.
Yeah, because it includes the ATP production. So that's the main source of giving you energy, your ATP.
That's right.
So yeah, the cordyceps is lovely. We have that in our kimchi and also in our infinity complex as well.
That's a fact.
So yeah, that's definitely. But they have to look for that. Most people, when they think of athletes, they think of like creatine.
That's right.
I've heard that so many times. They're like, "I'm going to get some creatine. I'm about to do this. I'm about to take this," and I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, that's very popular. Creatine is super popular. Yeah. But again, we're talking about synthetics. Because I know we're looking to figure out what are the natural supplements that you can take. And again, there's a few more. Also in our kimchi, we have something called long jack.
Yes.
They call it Tonkat Ali. And basically it's a natural steroid. So for those who are trying to increase their testosterone, the Tonkat Ali, it does it. There's a lot of things that people claim that it does, and I won't, go as far as making any claims. But what I will say is that many of our clients, I don't know if people know the statistics, but 1 in 2 men have basically erectile dysfunction or some type of issues with their sexual function. And so that means 50% of men in America. So that is a great supplement to start to, because one of the issues for a lot of men is testosterone production after a certain age. And even in these days and times, it's not even once you hit 40 or 50, it's the 20-year-olds. Their adrenal glands are run down. I've ran into 20-year-olds who are taking, certain blue pills, you know what I mean? And I'm like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Are you serious? Like, no, like, come on. But that's happening. That's real life right now, real time. And you hear it in the music. They're pill popping, and because they're doing all these different drugs and opiates, and even people that are taking the codeine. There's cocaine in that, and so that stuff over a long period of time actually damages your sexual functionality, and so therefore, they need a detox, one, so we can provide the detox if you need that, but we also have the supplements that provide those extra, I guess you can say, cheat codes.
Muscle building.
Yeah, Tonkat Ali is like a cheat code. We got as far as I know, we've had people in their 70s using it that were not able to at one point be able to become erect, but they just would. Let me tell you, it was like a repeat. That order was on like automatic repeat. Because people need it.
For women too.
Oh yeah,
women too. It's great for women to enhance that, and getting their energy up as well, and start to bring that pH balance. And that's so we as women we go through a lot of that, of the similar issues as well, from lack of energy, from vaginal dryness, to just you want to perform and you want it to be shared equally, not just on one person.
Okay.
So
I think my erectile dysfunction was child support. No, I'm only playing. No, I'm only playing. But anyway. But anyway. All right, everybody in the chat room, stop being so damn uptight. That shit was funny as a motherfucker. I ain't having no more children. Brothers was checking out, man. Anyway, so the idea, Quan asked the question, do all men, we're going to underline the word all, men at some point suffer from erectile dysfunction? And does that question or that have anything to do with, I know it's lifestyle, I know it's diet, but does that have anything to do with what they have decided to take that's over the counter to solve that problem?
I think it's more of a situation of knowledge of self. Men aren't given the knowledge of their sexual prowess or sexual potential. I was blessed at like 18 or 19 to start studying testicular kung fu, what they might call deer exercises in some circles. And so, in other practices, they call it tantra. So there's different paths that you can study. The issue is that most men don't find this information until they're in their 40s, 50s, or even later. But in my opinion, this is information that you should receive, at 13, at 14, because you should be getting into the Qigong. If you have knowledge of self, then you won't have those challenges. If you know how your body works, how to treat your body, you know, how the mind works in relation to that. It's got to be holistic. So, you know, a lot of the ways that men are taught about sex, and women as well, are in the street and by your, excuse my French, but your dumbass friends, you know. And so, you know, that's one of those things where we have to empower our children, empower the youth with this information so that they can take it on into the future as well. It's not something that should be guarded and kept secret. It's something that needs to be out in the open and shared with, you know, young men as they're becoming men, and young women, because there's exercises for women as well. You know, there's whole you know, whole protocols.
Oh yeah.
And so if a woman or a man is brought up with this knowledge from jump, no, they will never have erectile dysfunction. There will never be vaginal dryness. Those things would never even occur. But yet, to the point that you made, though, all of those things that you mentioned are factors in those issues, if you know what I'm saying.
Right. Miss Salam, I don't think tantric is purely a sexual kind of practice.
Definitely
not. No, Miss Salam. But anyway.
Yeah,
I think
yeah, the same thing. Just like qigong is not necessarily a sexual practice, but there's exercises, or you could say protocols within the system, just like there's protocols within the system of tantra that, you know, address sexual function and sexual prowess, etc.
Right. All right. So when we talk about performance enhancing drugs versus natural, is this because this is the language that this generation coming up understands, or, and this is just me, or is the earth being depleted and not giving us what we need? We're not getting what we need from the fruits and vegetables. We're not getting what we need from the air that we breathe, because there's toxins and chemicals and nanoparticles and all this other stuff in the air. Are we not getting it from the water? Are we not getting it from the earth?
Well, you know, we had that conversation before, you know, a little bit, you know, so I gave the example of like, I think if you were to say 1952 or 1950 versus the year 2000, it takes about 52 peaches from the year 2000 to equal one peach, the nutrients of one peach from the 1950s. So in what you're saying, that's true. However, there's also people and places that have soil that is not so depleted. So there is good soil. It's just that the farming techniques that have been used since World War II are just a type of farming that depletes the soil. And it's been practiced strong for the last 60, 70 years. And in the last 20 years, it's been more of a kind of a change in the mind of the people. Before that, you know, it was more like hippies and Rastas that were, you know, really hip
on the fruits and veggies.
You know what I mean? And so, yeah, I mean, yeah, so the air as well, the air quality, of course, yeah, these are things that that are compromised. You know, the water is compromised. That kind of came with the idea for the water wars we were talking about. And just so happened, as we were breaking the conversation, it was happening in real time on the news. Although it's always been going on, it's more of a quiet situation, but more recently it's been public, you know, because of the fires and the drought, etc. So now it's like one of those things where people are paying more attention. And yeah, you should be trying to get you some fresh water. You should try to get out into some trees and get into nature. The further you're away from traffic, the better the air quality is. You know, the further you're away from, you know, factories and things of that nature, the better the air quality. And this is just something that, yeah, we should be consciously seeking out, because, yeah.
But most people that I know, a lot of men, they work in warehouses. So it's a lot of chemicals, and it's a lot of, you know, basically standing on your feet on concrete, lifting stuff improperly. You're overexerting your body. And then when you get home, you definitely deplete it because you're eating something fast, quick, So all of that take into effect, like you said, from the water to chemicals being, you know, heavy every day. You at that job for 12 hours, you know, so yeah.
Yeah, it's funny too, Griff, because when I was watching, and I don't even watch the news, but I was checking out the situation on the sister, the track.
We're gonna talk about that tomorrow too, though.
Yeah, because you know, they actually called, you know, the fact the marijuana she was smoking, they actually said it's listed as performance enhancement in the Olympic rules. You
like
know? I was like, wow.
They don't shoot. They said that's gonna be there.
How they know where they got the sticky icky from? She could have got it from Snoop Dogg or somebody. How the fuck they know?
Look, they made the rule in the 90s, and when they made the rule, that's what they put in the ruling. They said the reason for one of the three, it was like 3 reasons, but the one that stuck out to me, it said performance enhancing.
No way.
So what did they do? Go up on the block where she got it from? Be like, hold on, like, is that shit right?
Yeah. I'm feeling kind of fast. Yeah.
Real fast.
A heartbeat.
Gotta go. Yeah.
Hey, so
they killed me. But all the drugs the white swimmers were taking.
Come on now, Phelps. Come on.
It's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
They needed a reason.
They said, I heard something foolish like the marijuana she was smoking is like a steroid and it makes your hair grow longer and your fingernails grow.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't hear that.
Well,
wow.
Know, that's something that, you know, the old folks used to say.
Right.
Dumb white people. Stupid. What's this dumb?
Yeah.
Her damn hair.
Yeah.
You got that shit from the discount mall, man.
Right. They said her hair. Yeah. Yeah. Hey.
Let me stop. I'm gonna be nice.
Yeah, that was yeah.
I promised myself I was gonna be nicer.
Kind of.
That's right, kind of. That's right.
But that's true than the most. She got it from the discount mall, from the Asian people.
Hey.
Yeah, and wherever she got motherfuckers looking for that shit right now. Motherfuckers is like, what is that she smoked? They looking for that shit right now, for real.
Right. And people would think that would slow you down or harm your lungs, you know, and people don't know what somebody's going through and they keep, you know, it's a lot of judgment, just like heavy. She should have did, you know, and I'm like, she knew the consequences. She, you know what I'm saying? So let her just pray about her well-being. You know, she's going to overcome. But when it's us finger twittering and she should have did this and drink a little shot of this. And I'm like, most people don't like to drink. Most people don't drink it as, you know.
But wait, where was all of these people when she was struggling to even buy a uniform to even work out?
They don't know a name. They don't know a name until you get big. And then people want to, she shouldn't have did this. She got all this on the line. I'm like, what was you?
Yeah, where was you?
She was running.
Right. So let's answer Mr. Greenhouse. I keep seeing people with this grow your own food organically. Bruh, I'm going to say this as nice as I can say it. We ain't got no land like that. Where the hell we get land like that? Even the black people that I do know with land, they ain't growing shit.
I'm trying to do a little bit.
We got 16 acres. My family got 120. Well, you ain't doing shit with it.
Yeah, take it and do something with it.
But we talk about, and Mr. Greenhouse is probably correct. Grow your own food organically, yeah, but you go to jail for that nowadays in some places, bro.
Yeah, you gotta,
food like that.
Yeah, you gotta be discreet. Sometimes, yeah.
Miss Salam said, "I'm drinking right now," which is why.
But you can't run. Look, actually, she can run that 100. How fast and steady.
She ain't running that 100 though.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. You gotta.
Is there a difference between melanated people taking the same performance enhancing drug, so to speak? Does it affect melanated people more adversely than non-melanated people? Does it affect them the same?
Well,
That's a beat.
That, you know, there's definitely going to be debates on that. So what I would say is that we can look at the results, you know, because the numbers don't lie. Right. But, you know, I rather not like pontificate and try to, you know, I rather work on, like, we look at you remember Ben Johnson?
Yeah.
You remember what Ben Johnson's time was?
His time was because he beat dude, man, like it was ridiculous.
It was absolutely bananas. Like, it was faster than Usain Bolt's time. Okay.
Yeah.
And this was in the late 80s, early 90s. So my point is he ran so fast.
Yeah.
Like he was on a whole nother level with it. I mean, let's look at Mark McGuire when he was on his stuff, his performance enhancement, right? And he, boom, started breaking records. But look what happened when Sosa did it.
Right.
Sosa took the same stuff, broke all his records. And then Barry Bonds broke all his records.
Right.
You know, so you can kind of see what happens when we get involved in any of that. It gets scary. It looks, you know, somebody runs a 9.4 in 100. I mean, he's pushing 35 miles an hour. That's you're running like a horse now. That's a little different. So yeah, I think it does affect us slightly different. I mean, if you think about it, you know, we have a natural, you know, ability. It's nothing that, you know, no one has to, you know, there is no hypothesis about that. You can look around in any sport, in any field of science, in any field of anything, wherever we are, we have excelled.
That's right.
And wherever we have taken performance enhancement drugs, remember the sister and her husband, he was a shot putter and she was a sprinter a few years back. They were shattering records, but they were both on that stuff. You know, I would believe so. I definitely think so.
We always under a microscope when it comes to us. So, you know, people didn't even know she was, you know, on that until they said, hey, it's news now.
But here's one thing, Griff, you know, so we talking about natural versions. So like we got something called Asar greens, right? So what people don't know is that chlorophyll, right? Basically plant blood. It provides what you ever see when you look at your protein powders, and they got on, you know, as you're reading it, it'll say lightweight polypeptide medium chain amino acids.
Okay.
That's the ones that build long lasting muscle.
That's right.
Okay. That's this. That's all this is. So in Canada, they have natural they have them here too in other places, but in Canada, they've been doing it a lot longer and they've been doing it naturally a lot longer. So they have these natural bodybuilding competitions. And one of the secrets of those bodybuilders is they drink a large glass or 2 or 3 of pure wheatgrass or some type of chlorophyll all day because it's nothing but amino acids.
Hold on. Yo, just the phone ringing, man? Shane. Huh? Yeah, I'm sorry. Go on.
Yeah, so it's just pure amino acids. It's the lightweight polypeptide medium chain amino acids. And so it builds long-lasting muscle. So if you're actually working out, lifting or running or doing whatever, you're going to build a lot of ripped, lean muscle super fast.
Right.
And it is what it is. So it's going to give you the same type of, like if you were shooting up with steroids, you literally could drink chlorophyll and get the same effect. Now, if you take the chlorophyll and then mix it with something like Long Jack, I mean,
or Astragalus,
strengthening
your muscles at the
or
same
maca,
time. Or maca, definitely.
Any of these, you know, you could say adaptogens, any of these secretagogues that support the endocrine system and the chakras. You know what I mean? So those types of herbs and foods definitely are performance enhancing. Mucuna parensis, which is in our kimchi.
Ginseng.
Ginseng.
Yep.
I thought you was about to say Hakuna Matata, but anyway.
Oh, look, that was my shirt too. Oh, it says Shante Sana. Hakuna Matata, almost.
Yeah, I mean, see, playing around, forgot my own damn question. Hold on for a second. It'll come back. Oh, the chlorophyll. How do you mix yours? Like, what do you do?
So
If you had an 8-ounce glass of water.
Yeah.
How do I put it in? What do I do?
So it depends on what form you got. So if you had, like, if you order our sardines, you just open up 2 or 3 capsules, pour it in your water, stir it up, and knock it back. If you're getting liquid, just pour you a tablespoon. Me, I don't really measure it. I just kind of.
That's right.
You can't see through mine usually. This one's a little bit clearer because I've diluted it.
Mm-hmm.
But typically out you can't see through it. So but definitely a tablespoon or 2 is all you would need. But if you're trying to look for performance enhancement, then you literally need to just drink a whole bottle of pure chlorophyll straight up.
Put it in your smoothie.
Or put it in a smoothie.
Put it in a smoothie.
What was happening to the men that was taking too many of them blue pills and the V pill, and their joint wouldn't go down? They said, yo, if you get an erection that lasts more than 4 hours,
hey,
you know, go see Desire at Pinups. No, call your hospital emergency room.
Yeah, it's called a prior prism. And you know, a prior prism, an erection that lasts longer than 4 hours. You know, I don't take any kind of pills, but prior prisms, you know, when you practice other arts, you can. Prior prism is natural.
Mm-hmm.
But what I will say is that, yeah, what happened is that there was too much overflow of blood,
mm-hmm.
and what ends up happening, their prostate ends up swelling up, and so when the prostate swells, it kind of blocks the blood flow, so the blood doesn't come out of the penis at that point, so it's blocked it in, and so yeah, so they basically can't do anything about their erection because they don't have control of it at that point. So now they got the itis in their prostate, and it's blocked off the blood so that they won't go down. So literally what they have to do is call an emergency or ambulance. They come in with a needle and pull the blood out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's gonna be worse. You go, woo.
You gotta beat me up down at the jail. Just be like, look, hey, yeah, give me one of these, pal. Or these be confessing. Anyway, yeah. Somebody said take an ice bath.
Imagine
you laying in ice and you're anyway. We'll talk about that some other
right.
time.
I was about to say, oh my gosh, that's gonna be like shock to the body. It's like heat, ice, you. Yeah, I know.
Okay, so are there any performance enhancing drugs that the average person do not know that they're already taking, that are hiding in other products?
Yes. It's heavy in the food.
Oh.
It's heavy in the food. You know, they're shooting up, you know, if you eat chicken, you know, especially if it's not a halal chicken or a organic free range type of bird, you're definitely getting shot up with some stuff.
Oh yeah.
They're getting hormones, and mind you, these are female chickens, so they're not pumping it with testosterone.
That's right.
They're pumping it with estrogen. Also, the cows.
Yep.
I mean, it is what it is. That's what they do. That's part of the industry. That's they you know, those every cow, every chicken is vaccinated, and now they're actually, or I should say, they getting the jab. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
yep.
And they getting the new jab. So if you mess around, you didn't get your jab the old-fashioned way, and you still eating.
You do a 2-piece with some.
Yeah. Then you still got your jab.
That's right.
You ended up getting it
in
a roundabout.
I swear, one time I was joking around, man. I thought I saw this dude like after one of the meals at one of them places, he was glowing, man, because all of the drugs that are in these foods, man.
Yeah.
It has to have a toll. It has to take a toll on you, for real.
That's true.
For real. I mean, just the hormones in the food, the processed food, what you're putting in your body.
Yeah.
All of that goes in the sperm, and then when you have, and you taking the blue pill and the pill with the V on it and all them others, and you chasing it back with some tequila.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier about the woman working on herself, but the man, you know what I'm saying, that he work all day, so he eating something quick. He's sitting in front of the television. He's smoking some. He drinking some. Now he ready for you. Like, you know, and it's like, wait a minute, hold up. It's a mix-up. And I see that a lot. Like, you know, and I say, hey, let's connect it. Work on him at the same time while you're working on yourself.
All right, let's take
with that. Let's say.
Let's take a couple of questions. Mr. Percy Mac 3000, 3 stacks, wants to know, how do you feel about deer antler liquid drops?
You know, that is also a performance enhancement.
Deer antler?
Deer antler, yeah, it is very high in testosterone. What they do, this is what I'll say. If you're not vegan, then it's not a problem. Just make sure that you can research your deer antler and find out how it's harvested. So if it's wild harvested, meaning they would literally wait for the velvet to fall off of the male buck's antlers. So, you know, like at the end of the season, it starts to get real scruffy looking and that stuff falls off. If they're not doing that, that means they're going out and slaughtering the animals just for their antlers.
Right.
So if you're getting it from a source that is, you know, being ecologically mindful, then, you know, and you're not a vegan, that's fine. You know, it's not really hurting anybody. It's not hurting yourself, and you are going to get great benefits as a man from it. So, yeah, I would definitely, you know, if that's your thing.
Okay. Deer antler. Yeah. What about those brothers that are taking these performance enhancing drugs and they have no children, but yet they want to have children later on? Will it affect them?
It can. Yeah. It definitely can. You know, it does have a big effect on your testicles, and so your sperm production is going to be lessened. You're going to have lower sperm count. You know, so you may have the benefit of being able, like, let's say you did have ED or something, but you got the testosterone shots. Now you may be able to get an erection, but you may not be able to have children. So there, you know, it's like a give and take. And, you know, what I have found, because I've known several people that do and have taken actual steroids, because now men over 40, over 50 are going to the doctor to go to the medical doctor to go and get a prescription steroid shot every week. They're going in every week. And that's one of the reasons why we also have to be mindful of this, not to get off topic, but when we're dealing with our law enforcement, a lot of them are on it as well. So when you're wondering why a lot of these guys are acting a little crazy, remember that the testosterone shots do affect your testosterone, and it does raise it. And one of the side effects is uncontrolled rage, and they call it roid rage. So sometimes what we're seeing with the law enforcement is roid rage. That's just a little side note, but yeah.
Ernest Grant wants to know, how about zinc for low sperm count? So should you take zinc to increase your sperm count?
Yeah, I would take a zinc food. You know, zinc supplement is fine. However, you know, I would try to get the zinc in real time. You know, pumpkin seeds are the highest form of zinc from like a vegetarian or vegan perspective, plant-based perspective. If you're not vegan, oysters, you know, if that's something that you eat, then that will be your option, your choice. But, you know, on down the line would be, you know, a bottle with zinc in it, because we gotta remember, whenever we take a mineral, most times when you buy it, it is a heavy metal.
Right.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
And so you have to be mindful. So if you're gonna buy minerals, try to get chelated minerals. These are like you're able to actually absorb the mineral into the body. Otherwise, you'll be able to use some of it, but most of it's just going to get passed through, or it may get stuck in your cells or in your liver, and you can have heavy metal. Even if you take it for a long time, you may need to take a heavy metal cleanse.
Right. Angela Tafari wants to know, asked the brother to spell the herb he mentioned that is a natural steroid. She says Tanka Lee.
Yes.
Something.
Tankara Lee, you could just look it up as a long jack.
Long jack.
Long Jack?
Yeah, that's like the American name.
All right. Let me see.
But the Filipino spelling, though, just in case you want to know, is Tangkat and then Ali. Tongkat Ali.
Okay. Someone thought that was a rapper. I was like, nah, man. Ain't
Hey. It sounds good. Tongkat
You heard that new Tongkat Ali?
You turned that. I know that right. Straight true.
Anyway, as we wrap this up, that hour went by real quick, man.
It did. It did. Thanks.
Anyway, give the people your information. For the people that's just tuning in, this is Professor Griff, Serious Minds, RNTV, and the special guest every Monday at 9 o'clock is Dr. Gabriel Hernandez, L, and Aisha Ra, L. And we just do this thing called Melanin Mondays, Madness. Why do I keep saying madness?
Hey,
yeah.
Medicine.
Triple entendre.
Right. It's Monday. We do need some melanin and enhance our melanin, preserve it, and we want to do that through medicine, natural plant-based medicines.
That's right.
In today's topic, we're talking about the performance enhancing drugs versus natural herbs.
That's right.
Some of which the United States government banned and have attempting to ban or even limit your access to it, but at the same time won't limit your access or ban some of that stuff that you can get at the corner gas station. You can get that all day and all night in 5 different damn languages.
That's right.
The dude see you coming through the store, he already reaching for it.
Because he already know. That's right.
No, you eating chicken, you smoking weed, you got beer. Next thing you need is some of them things coming across the counter, them blue pills. You understand? Thank you, Abdul.
Thanks for helping me out. Like he made it.
Right.
That's facts. That's facts.
They're going, well, you already got 12 children.
Hey.
You make number 13.
That's all he wants. Hey. But make sure they raise, like you said, the seed is properly groomed. And I think we should learn that in high school as well, since a lot of activity is, what they call now is like teenage pregnancy. Because in your physical health class, you're learning about just the basics when you need to be really learning about your, they won't teach you thyself, but at least the basics what we talked about tonight, like, hey, because it can be understood a little bit more when you talk in a language, like, hey, I know you want to have babies. These are some natural things that you can, some of them you can grow. Some of them you can reach out to your herbalist about, and give them a sense of awareness instead of saying, I'm just going to be popping these creatines, taking them little pills. That's the easy way out. But yeah, going back, teaching the babies, teaching the high schoolers as well. I started something like that with doing yoga. So integrating the spiritual part and physical with the high schoolers. And they really enjoyed it because you were speaking a language. I know you want to go out here and do this, but hey, don't overexert yourself. Don't I'm about to say don't hit this and that. But don't have sex with this, that, and just cause. You got to learn how to preserve your energy.
Brothers be taking that stuff and they got to do something with it. It's like, damn, I mean.
Right.
So like.
They look, that's right.
They become predators in the hood.
Oh, I love Maka.
Yeah, they got to be, our young athletes got to be careful too. Yeah. You always hear about the young brothers with their knee getting blown out, ankles, that's all from too much sex and not knowing not knowing your body and not knowing how to preserve your seed, you know.
That's right.
And so, you know, you know, some of the herbs that we carry that we've talked about, it's not really for that purpose. It is really to, you know, this is for grown people, you know, but the young people have to learn and understand that, you know, if they overdo it, there's a reason why, like runners, boxers, you know, they tell boxers, look, before this fight, you can't have sex for 90 days. You can't have sex for 6 months or whatever it is, because your knees are going to get weak. In Chinese medicine, your lower back, you know, so all these men with the lower back pain, knee pain, ankle pain, is usually because they've exhausted their sexual prowess, you know, to a point, because you know, your semen regenerates, but it takes a certain amount of days depending on how old you are. But if you don't have the science and you don't know how your body's regenerating, you just going. Now it's like putting a pot on the stove and turning it on high and you ain't got nothing in it. Eventually that pot just gonna cave in, right? It's gonna burn up. And that's what's happening to the men out here. You know.
Right.
So,
yeah. Kenneth Joyce, can you talk about maca?
Oh yeah, we love maca. Yeah, we love maca. We take maca every day. That's, you know, that's key for building strength and endurance, energy. Also, it helps both men and women. And then they do have different types as well. We had they got like a red, black maca. We know we have black maca inside of our formula. Is that in the kimchi? That's the kimchi, the black, the black maca. So we love it. Strength, endurance, muscle for bodybuilders is great. Athletes is wonderful, of course. But for us, yeah, we use it as just energy, just to keep our bodies adaptogen. So we like to add that to, you know, a tea or a smoothie.
It also helps with hormone balance, like keeping hormones in balance for men and for women.
That's in the woman formula too. I'm sorry, it's in the woman formula as well. As far as the beautifying every yoni, that's for the women. So we do have the maca in there as well. So fertility, balancing out your hormones, that's key. The Bay formula is
all right.
A1.
All right, peace, Quan. We gotta get ready to get out of here. All right, so let the people know how to contact you guys, your website, phone number, and yeah, let's get out of here.
All right. So contact us at smaifarmacy.com. That's SMAIFARMACY.com. If you're in the Atlanta area or if you're in Georgia, you can stop by Brick and Mortar. We're off 1800 Jonesboro Road, Southeast Atlanta, and that's 30315. Or you can give us a call tomorrow at 770-670-7780. If you need a holistic consultation, make sure you visit our website. We do have that under services. So it gives you a good, you know, idea what to start with. We can assist you with that as well. SmaiPharmacy.com. I see it. Oh.
All right. And just to let the people know, I do have on deck the Serious Minds Brain Tonic. I only have a few, so y'all need to get it now. www.professorgrip.me. And of course, the Resurrection.
Hey.
We didn't call it Resurrection for nothing. Oh
yeah, King Chi and Resurrection.
Hey, I'm gonna start taking both.
Heavy hitter.
Cost
you might have triplets or something.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
All right. I'll talk to y'all the rest of this week, man.
Yes.
We'll talk. We're gonna do this Belize thing and see what's going on. So let's see what's happening, man.
Yes, I say.
All right, cool. We'll y'all take care. Till next week.
Peace and love. Peace, family.
Peace.
Triplets. Oh my goodness.
for it. 3, 2, 1.
In today's climate, being safe is priority number one. With crime on the rise, we're all left with this magical question. How can I be safe and protect my family? Well, Professor Griff is offering a course that's similar to laser tag, but it's for adults. This safe and firearm-free course will train you in real-life scenarios so that you can avoid being a victim. This course is growing in popularity as a date night out. Add fun and excitement back into your love life, and the reviews are incredible. For more information, call this number below.